Is 1:04 on Monday, March 25th, 2019. The Town Government Study Committee's meeting. First item on the agenda, may I have an approval of the agenda as written?
So moved.
Motion made and seconded. And all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any public comment? Seeing as there are no members of the public attending. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes of March 4th and March 11th. Has everyone had a chance to look through these minutes?
Look good to me.
Look good to me as well.
Motion to approve.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, any discussion on the motion? No? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Terrific. Discussion on the handout for the select board, which I'm on the agenda for this Wednesday, we're on the agenda for this Wednesday's meeting, and to hand out at town meeting. Chris was kind enough to put this together, circulated it, and everyone's had a chance.
Thank you, Christie.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
This is terrific. This is what we were.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we wanted, I first split them up so it had things we want to pursue and things we don't, but it was starting to get more than one page. So I just kind of thought things we're still looking at versus things we're not.
I think that's great. I think there's a lot for having it on one page,
Yeah.
personally.
I was actually working on an idea to say something like on item 1. Town government's looking at a form of government. These are the 4 types, and sort of a little paragraph on each one. Well, mayor doesn't go, council no, but the representative town meeting. And I had some very interesting feedback when I was talking to someone had actually at a visit out at whatever that place was. I can't talk about what we were doing, but I said to this person, you know, representative town meeting allows full discussion among any voter at the town meeting, so it doesn't limit your ability to talk and make your opinion, but the vote is actually done by the representatives. And that person, who's actually pretty active in town government, said, I never realized that representative town meeting would let you have open discussion. So I was working on a one-pager that sort of talked a little bit about that.
Interesting.
And I'll complete it and show it to you before the meeting on Wednesday and see if it's something that we want to consider supplementing this with.
Great.
See, my concern is that part of what we're really looking at is the structure of government, the form of government. And just to say we're looking at it, but not even let people know what they are. And you know, I have these all these handouts that I prepare. I'm not talking about doing this, but they're the 4 types. And it would seem to me it would be helpful in our report to say, hey, there are 4 types. This one doesn't qualify. These 3 might.
This is what we have. This is
Yeah. So
Sure.
I felt that this was sort of an outline, but if I were going to town meeting, want to know what we were doing, that would be of more interest to me than this.
Well, that is sort of the elephant in the room, that's the most sort of exciting topic we're looking
Right.
at, I think.
Yeah. Well,
I think, I don't know if it's worth having a double-sided or if people frown on that, but I like the one pager on the 4 different views. And I have been mentioning mayoral is out of the question right now, but with our 2020 census, can we encourage people to participate in it so that we have 15,000 people, so we could have that in our toolkit?
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, and along those lines, from my perspective, if where we are with open town meeting, I think we should grow up to another level. I would think representative town meeting would be still keeping 240 people as opposed to 13 counselors in Barnstable.
Yeah.
And you know, and you go to a mayor, and I think you're going to get some really nasty feedback in Nantucket. That's my own opinion. But anyway, I just felt a little more along the lines
Sure.
of this
Yeah.
one pager would be helpful.
I agree with the idea of including a description on the back of these different, even if a mayor is an option right now.
Yeah.
But it's more just to inform people of what are the options and
Yeah.
what do they
To be
mean.
honest, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think this would actually encourage people to learn more about what we're doing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
come
Do
and talk
you
with us.
all have a
if-
copy of this? Because I'd be happy to give
I
you
think-
my
Thank you.
handy
I think I
dandy
have one.
printout. And I don't know if this is actually it, but, you know, and the funny thing is, the order is, you go mayor, council, open town meeting, you should go mayor, council, representative, and
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
But this is what was on the thing, and,
When you say on the thing, I'm not quite sure.
well, I printed this out from a,
This is like a website someplace?
the
It's okay, I'm
state.
just trying to understand.
You know, and here was, that's page 3, this is page 2, which describes how many people have it. For
Do
me,
you have an extra copy of that?
yeah, all of these, all of this information is, in my opinion, fairly useful because it talks about people who do have this. It does say most towns with open town meeting. 50 towns have representative town meeting. I think this puts more meat into the report, and I wouldn't have a problem in,
This might be page 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have a problem in having all 3 of these available. Maybe not made into one sheet or
Yeah.
whatever, but have some stuff there that says, hey, here's some things. So that was where my thinking was going. As
My
I,
only concern with that is so many people try to give out flyers, like I know the data
oh,
platform's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
have something.
it's way too much.
So if people just kind of grab the whole stack, then they're not actually reading, whereas if we just have one flyer to give everybody versus
I
three.
hear you that. The interesting thing, it could be an 1117 folded. Could be one,
Interesting.
Yeah.
yeah. Just,
Would the town print and fold for us?
I can ask.
Okay.
well, they
Print
ought to.
maybe. Fold, I don't know. Yes.
Well, I mean, if you print 11.7, I can do it at St. Paul's, for goodness sakes. I don't know if I want to print 3,000, well, no, we need 800.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case, I could do that at St. Paul's on our printer. I'd just soon have the town,
I would think
buy
that-
a
I would think
piece
that
of
as
it.
well, yes. That makes sense to me.
so that's,
Okay, so I guess the question is, sort of twofold here. One, is everyone okay with what, our list of topics? And two, what we should we, and if we should, what should we hand out for, the 4 various types of government? And have that as an entirely separate handout.
So this is minor, but I think maybe just to have like a, like a heading of in process and remove them at the end of every thing, and then another subheading of not pursuing, and those.
that's a
under there.
damn good idea. It seemed like we're getting,
Yeah, I mean, they're really 2 categories.
yeah, and you can just skip one space and say,
Yeah.
here's what we're not doing.
Right.
Just another question, on the not pursuing, I don't know, is it even worth, some of these are carryovers from 5 years ago, and they seem, I don't know, of a different level of magnitude. And I'm not sure, I guess it's, but there might be 10 other things we
Are not pursuing.
are
Yeah.
not pursuing. And so another option altogether is just to take them off.
I
Are
think-
people really interested in the committee mission statements, which is a responsibility, it seems to me, of the board that sets up the committees, not the government study committee? I'm just
So,
asking the question.
no, I actually tend to agree for the general public. If anything, I think these not pursuing categories are useful for the select board. just to say, hey, here's what we're not,
Yeah.
here's what we're looking at.
So you
We're
can
not,
make
we're
that
not.
report, but it doesn't have to be our handout.
Exactly.
Things that we've
something like-
reviewed but
something
not
like that,
pursued.
But
perhaps.
is it not pursuing, I mean, I agree with what you're
Mhm.
saying. Is it not pursuing, or are we kind of saying like not within our purview or something like
Well,
that?
Don't give a damn.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering, I guess we want to be clear on it, like the committee mission statements. Like, I don't think we see that as.
Not our
It's not our
not our
purview.
job.
Yeah, it's not our job. So I don't want to be conveying to someone, we were like, yeah, we didn't
It's
think
not,
that was
it's not
important.
important, yeah.
Eminent domain is not our job.
Right. It's more, I'm just wondering if we want to describe it more.
But then
like-
this one, which I think Linda brought up about reviewing the process for making appointments to boards and commissions,
That's, but that's.
is that still not in our purview? Or is that just something that we've looked at and
Purview's a little
decided
hard
not
to-
to?
Yeah.
You have to go back and read, I guess, our charge again and think about it.
It's right here at the top.
It's pretty broad, right?
Right.
Let's look at
This
it.
is the only information on the town website
Thank you,
about what we
yes.
do.
The structure.
Right.
I mean, you know,
Or other
Is
recommendations
the
it seems like.
appointment to boards and commissions a charter provision? Because we're saying concern amendments to the charter or special acts, or other recommendations, but
yeah, it's sort of a catch.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah.
yes.
And you go back and read the last one, they had, what, 36
Yeah.
comments and recommendations at the end, and, you know, for whatever
Then
that was.
why should we make a list of interested citizens? The board should do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, it's just,
Did we have anything about we do have parking? Okay.
it seems to me going to the board gives them an opportunity to say, wait a minute, I think you ought to look at number whatever,
Mhm.
and then would you rethink that? So that's fine.
So this for the board is really what you're saying. Is that what you're saying, Rick? This,
Well, that's what we just talked about a minute ago, and maybe for the annual town meeting, you take the bottom ones off, but it's up to everybody to think about. Are they sort of too, you know, in the,
well, I hear what you're saying, and I sort of don't want to raise a flag and say, and have someone say, well, wait a minute, why aren't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think if we're not pursuing, tell the board, but I'd take them off for our handout.
yeah, that would make sense. to
I
me.
think I'm okay with that as well.
Taking them off?
For the handout, it's okay to talk to them when we talk to the select board about them, it's fine. But for the handout for town meeting, just take off all the not pursuing ones.
And maybe have the one for select board on our website so people can see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's not a bad
usually
idea.
you like to have, if you can, attached to the agenda, but all the documents you reviewed at your
Yep.
meeting. And
Right.
if they have a separate line item on the website, that's fine. And then you might want to say used for selectmen's meeting at the top, and the other one might say used for ATM.
Okay.
And the one for ATM might have all 3 pages, it seems to me.
I was gonna say, and then we
Then
could
you've got
have-
it all right there on the website.
Yeah, and again, I think an 1117 folded, with a heading, Town Government Study Committee Topics, Interim Report, What's Up,
Right.
wouldn't be bad. I think people will find these 2 pages interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
No, it really, a lot of them don't know what the options are.
Sure. Okay. So, I suppose we should make if we're all in agreement about this, that we'll have this document for the responsibilities and the topics that we've investigated, sort of as is for the select board,
Right.
without any real changes. Or if any change, it would just be the formatting saying in process and then a list of all of them and then.
I sort of
not
like
pursuing.
that, rather than the
Yep.
note on each one, if
Yeah.
that's easy enough to
I
do.
think that should be easy enough to do. And then for town meeting, we'll remove all the ones of not pursuing,
Right,
and then we'll have a handout of that as well as,
I would say that in the report to the select board, that they should be told that we have this
Yep.
information. And if I recall, I went to the board and handed this to every member of the board. I know I gave it to
Yeah.
Jason, but probably for your report, we should make sure each of them has the whole package that we would possibly propose to use at town
Sure.
meeting. And
Yeah.
that's fine.
go from
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I would say maybe even having both of these for Wednesday's meeting.
Well,
Or you think the overview
well,
is
you've got the
important too?
overview too, because it really tells you that most towns use open town meeting and so
Yep.
forth. So I think there's information in these two things that I find useful.
It kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, like that should go into the packet, I think, to the select board. Whether it's on the screen and directly gone through at the update is
Okay.
different.
Is this gonna be on the screen?
Once we have it approved, I'll email it over to them.
Well, how are we gonna modify it with the, is Christie gonna take all the not pursuings off and reprint it? So, in process and not pursuing.
Mhm.
Okay, works for me.
And then these as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Okay. Anyone have any other comments,
Nope.
Sarah, on this? Okay. I guess we should probably take a vote on this, so can I have a motion to submit the
Three-page.
the 3 pages for both the select
So
board
moved.
and for the town meeting. So moved. Motion
Second.
made, second. Any discussion on the motion? Not all those in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. All right, I feel better now.
All right. Great. Other business, we should, Rick was kind enough to point out that we probably should render a vote of some sort on the Michael Pearson and Teresa Williams issue of, as he referred to as maladministration.
That's not on here, is
It
it?
is, it is not, and so what we can do that as a, an agenda
Separate.
item. Yep,
Yeah.
separate agenda item for our next meeting, to formally.
Yeah, if we can find the vote of town meeting, maybe I'll undertake to get that. It'd be nice to have that.
Yep.
Because that's the reference document that town meeting's authority referred it to us.
Okay, yeah.
It-
Yeah, and I have John Giorgio's background on it as well.
Okay.
Yep,
And we can submit all that.
yep.
So we wanna put it on on this?
I
No?
wouldn't put it on that, I would put
Okay.
it on the, we'll just have it as an agenda item for next.
For next time.
For next
Okay.
time, yeah. And I think we probably, is it Parks and Rec, is that the other one? Just
Parks and Rec
Yeah.
has been an item I sent to John, the charter, or actually the town, yeah, the town has adopted a charter,
Yes.
which came from the state.
So we'll take a closer look at it next time.
Okay.
That's all. So we'll have those, we'll plan to have those on the agenda for our next meeting, which I'm thinking should be after town meeting, perhaps the Monday after town meeting.
Yeah, and Monday after town meeting and elections the next day, isn't it?
It is.
That's correct.
I'm just thinking of busyness. I mean, I don't have a problem with the Monday, but I'm just thinking of,
If you want to do the Thursday or Friday, that's okay too.
I will not be here. then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't be away then too.
I'd do Monday after town meeting, it's fine with me. If I'm just saying, is
No problem.
Let me open
there
up
any
my calendar.
flurry? No,
Okay.
all right.
Okay, well, why don't we plan on the 8th
The
at
8th.
1 o'clock, and I'll check to see. Do you prefer meeting here, or do you prefer meeting at Fort
I
Fairgrounds?
actually like it here.
This
This
works
seems
well.
a little more comfortable.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a better communication around the table
Yeah.
than that
Yep.
room.
Mhm.
Yeah, just make sure we can get in, so nail it.
We'll talk to them as soon as we're done here. Okay, does anyone else have any other business?
Lunch.
If not, we'll see everyone at town meeting.
I'm gonna see you on Wednesday night. I'm gonna
Terrific.
come and support you.
Great, thank you.
and make damn sure you say it right.
Can I have a, with that in mind, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
1:24? Thank you very much. All in favor, aye?
Aye.